Hi viewers, today we'll see about chemical reactions of metals and non-metals. Before we proceed into chemical reactions of metal and non-metals, first we will know the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. We may know that physical properties such as lustrous, ductility, malleability and sonority are the physical property of metal. And these will not be lustrous. Non-metals will not be lustrous, ductile, malleable and make noise, sonority. And in this way, the chemical properties of metals and non-metals are: metals are donating electron to become positive ion, that is known as cation. Metals are reducing agent. When we use the term reducing agent, we should know what is oxidation. Oxidation is addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. Here example, sodium becomes Na plus cation by removing an electron. Okay, here this is sodium and sodium has arrangement of electron is 281. First shell it has 2 electrons, second shell it has 8 electrons, last shell it has 1 electron. By removing this last electron, donating this electron, it becomes cation. In this way, non-metals, these we say donating electrons, non-metals will be accepting electron become negative ion, that is called anion. Okay, non-metals are oxidizing agent. When we say oxidizing agent, we should know what is reduction. Reduction in the sense addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. The elements which help for reduction is called oxidizing agent. These two, oxidizing agent and reduction, are vice versa. You should know, understand this. Then example of this, chlorine by accepting an electron becomes chloride ion. Here I am saying chlorine, here I am saying chloride ion. When it becomes an ion, we are saying IDE suffix is added and it has said chloride ion. Here chlorine atomic number is 287. 17. It is 8 plus 5. 8 plus 7. 15 plus 2. 17. By accepting an electron, it becomes 2. Or the outermost orbit also 2 electrons. 2, 4, 6 and 8. Okay. So by accepting an electron, it becomes a chloride ion. Okay, on overall it has anion, negative ion. So overall we are putting negative charge. Then what is Na11 and what is chlorine 17? These 11 and 17 are atomic number of sodium and chloride, and based on the valency number, the element will combine with other elements to form compound. Okay, then we should not deviate much. Our topic is chemical reactions of metals and non-metals only, but if we know some of the basics only, we can able to write the equations our own. Here before we write the equation, we should know symbol of an element and valency of an element. For example, here potash, some of the metal and their symbols have been given. Potassium K, that name is Kalium, so it is mentioned as K. Sodium is natrium, so Na. In this way, that symbol has been given. Then the potassium, here second element is natrium. For example, we will be seeing how the electrons are arranged in potassium and sodium. Here potassium, it has arrangement of electron is 17. The first electron will be having 2, next orbit will be 8 electrons will be there, and the third electron it will be having 8 electrons, and outermost fourth shell it will be having only 1 electron. But in sodium it has only 11. Sodium is atomic number is 11, that is 281. 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So innermost orbit it will be having 2 electrons, 1 and 2, and for second orbit it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 electrons, and the third orbit it is only 1 electron. In this we are saying potassium is most reactive element. This is order of reactivity. Potassium is more reactive element than sodium. How is it possible? In the sense, here this it has 4 outermost orbit, electron orbit, but it has only 3 outermost orbit. Here the nucleus is positively charged, electrons are negatively charged. Because of the attraction force between nucleus and electron, these are all revolving around the electron, around the element in the orbit. Okay, here it has 4 orbit shell, it has only 3 orbit shell, so the nucleus force will be less, comparatively less than the sodium, isn't it? So this electron can move out easily without knowing the parents' knowledge, nucleus knowledge. As a young child will be sitting at the entrance of the gate, if the neighbors are playing, much more neighbors will see the next picture. As sodium is sitting, the last electron is sitting alone as a single child of the house, and in chlorine it has 7 electrons are outside or playing, neighbors or cousins are playing together at the next door. So this electron will move towards, instead of calling these 7 people together, here it can be run off from this and make a compound. Is it understand this? In that same way, potassium has 4 shells and sodium has 3 shells. So potassium is more reactive than the sodium. And in that same way, calcium has 4 outermost shell. Here calcium atomic number is 20, so 2882 will be the order of the electron, and magnesium 12 electrons, 282, so it has only 3 orbits. So in these electrons, these 2 electrons can move easily compared to magnesium. Understand this. If you understand this concept, you can proceed further. Okay, then now we'll see some of the chemical reactions of metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals both will react with oxygen, forms oxides. Metal forms basic oxides and non-metals form acidic oxides. What does it mean by basic oxides? On further reaction with water, this is oxide, okay, on further reaction with water, it forms alkali, sodium hydroxide, base or alkali. Here on further reaction with water, it forms carbon, that is acid. Non-metals react with water. First it reacts with oxygen, forms oxides, then it reacts on further reaction with water, it forms that is carbonic acid and sulfurous acid formed. Okay, so non-metals are forming that is acidic oxides, metals form basic oxides. In that exceptions are there. Some carbon monoxide and water is a neutral oxides, not acidic oxide or a basic oxide. Then here and further reaction with here we have seen this aluminium and zinc. We have said that this will be forming calcium, magnesium, everything forming oxide with the oxygen, and aluminium and zinc are amphoteric oxides. What does it mean by amphoteric? We have come across the term amphibian in biology. Amphibian in the sense it will be live, that frog can live both on land and water. In that same way, in chemistry, amphoteric means it reacts with both acid and bases and form compounds. With acid it forms zinc nitrate. On removal of water, it is most important, on removal of water it forms salt. It is a simple salt, this is complex salt. Okay, zinc oxide with acid forms simple salt, with base forms complex salt, double salt. Zinc oxide with nitric acid forms zinc nitrate, and with zinc oxide with sodium hydroxide form sodium zincate. In that same way, aluminium oxide or alumina react with HCl, hydrochloric acid, forms aluminium chloride and water molecules separated. Here alumina with sodium hydroxide form sodium aluminate. And non-metals we have seen carbon monoxide and water is a neutral. Then next reaction, usually metals will not react with water, but if it reacts, some of them will form hydroxides and oxides. Here magnesium, that is sodium with water forms sodium hydroxide. Hydroxide forms magnesium, also forms magnesium hydroxide. But as it comes down, it becomes heavier. We have seen number of electrons are increasing. So because of the heaviness, magnesium will not be, and these two belongs to first group, these two belongs to second group. Because of the heaviness of the nucleus, this magnesium will not will not react instantly with water, but slowly reacting and forms magnesium hydroxide. In that same way, sodium, that is zinc, in that same way, zinc not reacting with the hot water also, it reacts with the stream of water, forms a zinc oxide, and iron also forms iron oxide. 3 moles of Fe reacts with 4 moles of water, forms Fe3O4 will be forming. Yeah, imagine if iron reacts very fast with oxygen in air, most of our, that is 40% of our buildings constructed by using iron, that buildings cannot be long lasting, will be easily collapsing, corroded. If the inner the rods are corroded quickly, the building will be collapsing. So from that, because of this nature, we are using according to our need. In that same way, after hydrogen, this is after hydrogen we are meaning copper, mercury, silver, gold. After we say after hydrogen, these metals are inactive, will not react because of the heaviness in the nucleus. Okay, but that also we can imagine, if it is readily react with water, soluble, dissolve in water, we cannot make copper vessels, we cannot make mercury to note the temperature. Silver, for we are using silver on silver vessels for pujas, and gold ornaments we are wearing. It is not possible. If gold is dissolving or soluble in water, these are all not possible. According to that nature of the elements only, we are applying that in our day-to-day life. So from this we are using vessels. From that we can know these will not react with water. Okay, next here non-metals. Non-metals do not react with water because on evolving or react with water, it evolves hydrogen. Do not react with water as it has to evolve hydrogen. And then non-metals cannot evolve hydrogen as it is an oxidizing agent. Okay, next metals react with acids form their salts. For example, sodium reacts with hydrochloric acid forms sodium chloride. Here, sulfuric acid, it forms sodium sulfate. When we are using hydrochloric acid, we are using 2 moles to evolve this H2. Hydrogen is a bimolecular compound. To give H2, we are using 2 moles of hydrogen. But when we are writing about sulfuric acid, already it has H2SO4. We write only 1 mole of sulfuric acid. Okay, magnesium sulfate and hydrogen evolves. Aluminium sulfate and hydrogen evolves. Lead sulfate, aluminium evolves. Iron sulfate, hydrogen evolves. Okay, so after this hydrogen, copper will not be reacting. No reaction. Copper, mercury, silver and gold will not react with the acid. And one more thing we should remember, with nitric acid, metals also do not react with nitric acid as it is a strong oxidizing agent. And non-metals do not react with acid as it has to evolve hydrogen. It is evolving hydrogen. So non-metals do not react with hydrogen. As sodium, potassium are very reactive element, they react with acids explosively. Then sodium react with all components of air and get spoiled. So sodium is kept under kerosene. In non-metals, potassium react with air and catches fire easily. So potassium is kept, the potassium bottle, potassium stored bottle is kept under water. Next one, metals undergo for displacement reactions. For displacement reactions, we should remember this order of activity, order of reaction of the elements, the less reactive elements, this which are all coming down is less one. Okay, the less reactive elements is displaced by the more reactive element, more reactive metal, M for metal. Here copper sulfate, copper is at the lowest stage. Copper sulfate with zinc, zinc is replacing copper, zinc is replacing copper. Okay, zinc sulfate and copper. And here while we are sitting on the sitting benches only, sitting benches too, the who is have more power, that student will be kicking off the other one, less reactive one, isn't so? Isn't it? So in that way, then copper sulfate, again copper sulfate react with the iron is here. So this is more reactive than copper. Iron is more reactive than copper. Iron replaces copper, and copper separated out, it becomes iron sulfate. Then reaction with the hydrogen that we have tested in the lower section with the copper turnings and the copper sulfate and copper sulfate iron turnings and iron sulfate with copper turnings. This copper turnings becomes greenish. From that we can understand that iron replaces copper. Then here reaction with hydrogen form hydrides, form ionic compounds. Sodium with hydrate forms sodium hydride, calcium hydride forms calcium hydride. Ionic compounds in the sense as sodium chloride we have seen that reaction between cation and anion, this give away as a gift to that, isn't it? Sodium give away the one electron to chlorine and becomes sodium chloride. In that way, this sodium last electron will be giving to this, and it gives a sodium hydride. In that way, calcium gives to 2 electrons will be there here. Here it has to 2 sodium. So everything, each one will be having 2 that is last electron in the outermost orbit. 1 electron will be there. Hydrogen will be having 1 electron. So this will be combined with this. These we see in the bonding, chemical bondings, but as it has come here, ionic compounds I explained to you. Then reaction with chlorine form chlorides. This is also ionic compound. This we have seen as the sodium. In the beginning itself we have seen sodium by giving 1 electron to chlorine, it becomes sodium chloride. Then in non-metals, non-metals also undergo for displacement reaction. For non-metals, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine is the order of reactivity. Fluorine is more powerful as it has the 2 and 7. 9 is the atomic number, 2 and 7, only 1 electron it needed to make a compound. So it is very reactive by accepting an electron from the element, neighboring element. Here sodium bromide with chlorine. Here I said chlorine is more reactive than bromine, so it displaces bromine. Okay, it becomes sodium chloride and bromine. Here with the hydrogen forms hydrates. Hydrogen plus sulfur forms here covalent bond. Okay, this also covalent bond. Covalent bond in the sense mutual sharing of electron. Hydrogen has each hydrogen. These guys hydrogen to 2 hydrogens are here. Each hydrogen will be having only 1 electron at the outermost. Sulfur having 2 electrons by mingling with the 2 hydrogen. Here 1 hydrogen, here 1 hydrogen. Sulfur, hydrogen sulfide will form. In that same way, here carbon reacts with the 2 hydrogen, forms a CH4, methane. Okay, these will see in the chemical bonding. With the chlorine, it forms a chlorides, covalent bond. Hydrogen plus chloride, 2 moles of hydrogen chloride. Till this, we complete the chemical reactions of metals and non-metals. Please be free to clarify your doubts in the comment box. Thank you.